Hello, everyone, and welcome to Patriot Crusader Missions Christian Warrior Talk Strength and Honor Edition. It's Friday, and you know what that means. It means grab your favorite buddy, grab your favorite beverage, and let's sit down with some fellowship. Today, I am joined by a very special friend, a Christian brother. My friend John Verace is in town hunting for property. John, I want to welcome you with this first very important strength and honor.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
So, John, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm from New Jersey. I'm not real proud of that at this point. I wasted a lot of time in New Jersey and wasted a better part of my life there, and just chasing a dollar, which is something that it's necessary to do, but I wish I didn't, and I wish I would have made the move down here a lot sooner than I did.
Yeah.
Things that I look back on that were important to me. You know, you raise a family, you raise them the best you can, but unfortunately, there's a lot of forces in that neck of the woods. There's a lot of Democrats up there that just kind of work against us all the time.
Yeah, and that's something that I was, talking on the Hope Report about today off camera with Melissa. I'm like, Melissa lives in Minnesota. And I said, you got to be careful raising your families in these secular environments. I don't know how many guys who thought that they could trust their kids to the schools and everything else, and it would just turn into, it would just turn out okay. And what happens is half their family becomes homosexual, and the other, people are hooked on drugs and everything, other things. And it's when you're in the devil's den, you're going to get dirty.
Yes.
Now, if you're discipling your kids and you pitch a no-hitter, great, right? Maybe the things will be fine, but you're just gonna expose them to so much more chance of corruption, which is what sin is, right? So,
good luck pitching that no-hitter.
Yeah, exactly. We're all, we all do the best we can with our parenting, and it's hard enough. Never mind having all of secular, insano Democrat, liberal, demonism, pulling them down. So I want to give a couple strength and honors too. First, my beautiful wife, Lauren. We actually have
strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
There's Lauren. We are filming in front of a live studio audience tonight. So audience, go ahead and give it up. There we go. Thank you. Our first live studio audience here tonight, John's family, plus, Lauren, the amazing Lauren. So I also want to get, so we got to do strength.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
And then Brandy, strength and honor.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
And Clay.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Clay got all banged up yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Clay. I heard he took the training wheels off on that, on the tubing yesterday, and someone was throwing off. There's Kathleen. What's up, Kathleen?
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
So, one of the things, that, I noticed down here immediately with the quality of people, when I set the parameters as I'm going to hang out with Christian conservatives, and, men I respect, men who see the world that I see through, I noticed a lot of different things. I got way more comfortable with them quicker, and they went all in on me, just as like I went all in on them, meaning the friendships. Like you started watching the show. You could, how'd you find our show? Go ahead. We were talking about that earlier.
I found the show. It was the show where you were talking about conservatives moving to Tennessee, or where they should move to. And I just happened to come across it, and my wife and I were watching it, and we were watching the show. And like I said, my wife said, that guy is just like you are.
Yep.
And
just better looking.
Yeah. No. No. And I watched the whole show, and then I watched another one, and just everything that you were saying, politically, spiritually, and in faith of God, we believed it.
Yeah.
And I said, you were talking about moving to Tennessee, and I said, I think it's time for us to go. And we were thinking about it for a while. And I said, we were looking to, I was looking to retire someplace. I was not going to retire where I was.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was not going to leave my daughter behind enemy lines. I needed her to get out and raise her family in a good
Christian conservative.
Christian, yes, a
Um,
Christian conservative, the love of the Lord, and a place to raise her family like that. And
Yeah.
she's with us, and I'm glad she came with us on this trip.
Yeah, she's all right.
Yeah.
So to put it out there, everyone, John's family is amazing, and his daughter's right over here, and she's amazing. But one of the things that stuck with me all weekend is when you were just talking about Diana and all the, she was doing gymnastics because B was doing gymnastics. And then she got into ballet, and you said something. What she looked like when she was doing ballet.
She was the baby Shrek. I love my daughter dearly, but I'll tell you what, I told her not to lie, and I'm not going to lie.
Diane, you want to come around and say hi to everyone?
Come on over here, Shrek.
We'll show them you're not a baby Shrek.
She does have green on.
Yeah.
Yes, she does.
See, she's ghosting. She's ghosting
yeah.
in the background because she's got green on. It's like she's just a head and arms.
Guys, I'm stage fright.
That's all good. So, just so you know, by telling that story, I did not want everyone to think that, oh my God, John's got Shrek for a daughter. As you can see, she's amazing. So we've had a blast with them. It has been so great. I've never had so much fun talking about the Lord, and that's basically all we've been talking about is Lord and family, and Tennessee. I mean, there's something amazing here. Oh man, Clay just called you out, John. What did Clay say? John needs a high chair pillow cushion, mister.
You know what? I'll tell you what. Thanks for the heads up, Clay. I knew that. And I came out here and he got me. I can't believe it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The lever is on the chair on that side. Underneath. Right there. Go up.
I don't know what's happening. You just got shorter. I mean, they don't grow them very tall in Jersey, I guess,
There it is.
Oh God!
Thanks, Clay. You're a good man.
Yeah, all right. There's
Strength and honor.
you.
Yes,
Strength and
Clay.
honor. Strength and honor.
Oh, here we go. Bark Eater. Let's put this up on here. He's got a praise report. Strength and honor to you. Praise report. My dad's out of the hospital and in rehab. Was not cancer, but a lung infection, possible side effect of modern Moderna vaccine. Okay. Well, Bark Eater, here's to you and to your father.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Okay. So Ben Zink. Okay, got it. Change profile. Got you, brother. All right, Brandy said JPLP. I have family that are left-leaning and friends that think like us. U.S. Constitution. Is that right to love your friends more than your family? Just asking. No, there's nothing. Jesus talks about this in the Bible. How he's going to turn, families against one another, with those who go his way and those who go the other way. All you can do is keep praying for him, keep loving him, and no problem, brother. And glad it worked out. Praise the Lord. You just gotta try to love them through it, but they got to choose their own fate, man. And you can't let them pull you down. That's the key. I've got family members who are as secular as the day is long. I got nothing in common with them. What am I going to talk to them about? Right. I don't watch sports anymore. You can't, we can talk about the weather. We can talk about dogs, maybe kids, but that's it. I mean, that's what someone else who might be sitting in here, whose name might rhyme with Lauren, does on her side of the family. I can sit here and hear the conversation from a week away. And it's like, yeah, it was sunny today.
Well, the thing with that, like it's family. I have it in my own family.
Yeah.
Sometimes when they're around, they suck the life out of you, and for me, it's not healthy.
Yeah.
So I don't allow it.
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's like when I talk to my mom. My mom's in, she's on her journey, her walk with the Lord. I'm trying to get her there, and it's a process. but she's also in a very depressing place, in a very depressing situation. So she'll want to get on the phone and talk, and she's calling to vent, right? AKA complain, right? And I'm like, you got 2 minutes. And I'll start my watch. 2 minutes to complain, and then we're going to talk about turning this around. Because I can't listen to this and get sucked down in it. It's just like black clouds swallow up the sun when you're around these people. And they're soul suckers, as we were talking about.
Yep.
And you got to be aware. You got to be aware of the soul suckers that surround you. They could be friends. They could be family. It could be a boss, a coworker. And you need to really distance yourself from them until you're in a great place. And maybe you can reach back and pull them up. But until you're on super stable ground, you got no business doing that, right? You got to get yourself right.
Right.
You got to square yourself away before you can square away the next guy. Oh, clotted coffin. Oh man, that's Ken Gray's mom. Here we go. Strength and honor to
Strength
you.
and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
We miss you so much, Claudette, and of course we miss Ken and everyone else there. But we're doing great here, and we're going to have to come back sooner or later. Mary Jo, does Lauren have the Santa PJs on? Oh, there's a Santa PJ hit there. Lauren, do you have Santa PJs on?
I don't.
Oh,
Strength and honor. Strength and
that's the
honor.
Mary
Strength and
Cole.
honor.
Mary Jo, Lauren does not have the Santa PJs on. She won't wear them in front of company. She has some standards. She has some standards. She'll wear them in front of digital company, but not people in the flesh. She's blaming it on how hot it is in here. I get sentenced, to the worst room in the place to run my program. It's only the program, Lauren has a very lush, lavish office that is like crispy cool in there. Not so much here. Steve Rowley, what's up?
Hey, Steve.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
So, John, can I get your opinion on how great the cross looks with that white paint on it?
You could see the cross is like a beacon from the road. You can absolutely see that cross coming right down the road.
Yeah.
And it stands out like it's beauty.
Yeah, me and your amazing wife, Claudette, went all the way down, and you can see it from the top of the hill or on the corner there. It's amazing.
Yeah, it stands out. Nice job, Steve.
Yeah. So Lauren said, I absolutely would wear them in front of people, but hell is freezing over and I'm actually hot. Oh, so man, we had an amazing day yesterday, John. I want to thank you and Claudia again for renting that epic.
It was our pleasure.
Epic, like I don't even know how many person pontoon boat that was, or how you even measure them, but we went out on Douglas Lake, which is about an hour and a half from where we were, and what a beautiful emerald green lake. We had our own private cove on this island with a sandy beach. It was awesome, man. And it was just such a good time hanging out with everyone. And I want to say that Lauren and I had a mission to create a community down here, a Christian community that was fun, that wasn't stick in the mud, that once we got people around enough, and if we chose people wisely, or the Lord sent us the right people, that friendships would start forming in and out. And then because it wouldn't be just a community if it was just around us. Right. It's got to thrive whether we're there or not. And those friendships are forming, right? I mean, you guys rented that. You invited, a lot of the same crew out there. But, I mean, you and Steve could be, brothers. I mean, you both wear boat shoes.
We're cool.
You both had your salmon color shirts on. One wild raised, one farm raised. So I mean, you guys have a lot in common, and I can see that you guys are going to be friends going forward.
You can learn something from this.
Yeah, you'll never catch me in boat shoes. Oh man, but no, I mean, it's just been so refreshing to have the group of friends that we have down here, and I mean, the awesome like kids dishes set that you guys got. Baby bee that has a big cartoon bee all over everything, which is so cool.
Well, I'll tell you, we love coming down here.
Yeah.
And every chance that I got, I've been down here probably 4 times already, and I look forward to these trips. And the people that I've met here, I mean, I could consider them closer to people that I've known most of my life.
Yeah.
And even like yesterday with the pontoon, it was just a good day of fellowship, and just for us to get to know people better, because
Yeah.
in time they are going to be part of my life.
Right. Exactly.
And I just thought it was just a wonderful, wonderful day, and it was a good day. I think everyone had a real nice time just in each other's company.
But the thing is, I think you guys are seeing, because you made comments about it, like at gas stations or in a restaurant, how friendly and welcoming,
Oh, I'll tell you what.
and how on the same page everyone's. Go ahead.
Since we got here last Friday, and first thing we did, we went up going. We were hungry. We stopped at a restaurant, and just in our conversation that we were having at our table, people can hear your conversation now, and just like that, they just happened. We had other tables kind of with their chairs moved over to us. How can we help you? We hear that you're looking to make a move. Here's my card. Here's my people just handing me their cards. Here's their personal contact information. Where does that happen? It doesn't happen where I live. I'll tell you that.
No, everyone's saying like, "What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Yeah, what's your problem?"
And I said, "Hey, I'm looking to leave Jersey. Good, get out."
Yeah.
I said, "Hey, happily, I will."
Yeah, exactly.
But that does not happen where we live.
No, it doesn't happen in Boston either.
And down here, I'll tell you what. And that was just
strangers.
Strangers in one spot we were in. The more places we would go, and people would hear us, and they were just more than happy to help us on our journey, which I think is just a wonderful thing.
Yeah, it sure is. It's a very special place, and I know there are others like it in the South, and maybe in other places, but I've never seen anything like it in the North. And there's just something magical here.
It is,
and so. I got to welcome Captain Caveman to the show. I saw, yep, there he is. So,
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
One of my favorite cartoons growing up as a kid, by the way, Captain Caveman. I mean, that was awesome. Anyways, Hanna-Barbera, man, it was awesome. So, got some comments here. So when is Steve moving to Tennessee to join the crew? That's a great question, Steve. And then Claudia said she thinks I would look great in boat shoes. I don't know about that. I mean, I got to have some standards, And then Diana said, "Hey, Steve, team boat shoes." And then Lauren said, "Amen, John. Absolutely agree. Tennessee felt like home immediately. And new friends became family immediately." Yes. And I can't agree with that more. So I know there's a lot of people out there who find my channel from my couple videos that we've done, or a few videos we've done on where to move and moving to Tennessee. I would update that in several different ways. And here's something that I want to say to everyone, and I think you would agree. One, if you're coming, you better get here because prices are going nowhere but up.
Yep.
So it's not going to slow down here. It's not going to drop out. The whole world's going to drop out before this place will drop out. There's just no inventory, right?
Yep.
So get here sooner rather than later. Two, if you're a Christian conservative coming from a blue state, and when you start driving around here and looking at stuff, get a Trump sticker and a "Don't Tread on Me" and start putting magnets all over your car to show that you're not a crazy northerner, because people will literally drive you off.
I was kind of close to that feeling with one person, but then I had to tell him, say, "Whoa, buddy, I'm one of you guys."
Yeah.
And we got to talking for a little while. He goes, "Yeah, I was wrong."
Yeah. They're terrified, man.
Come on down. Yeah.
They're terrified. They see the New York plate, the Jersey plate, California, Massachusetts, and they think that you're going to bring that madness down here, right?
And I'll tell you what, I cannot blame them. I would be scared myself.
Yeah. I mean, literally one guy, and we talked about this the other day, pulled his house on the market because he heard a northerner was coming down to buy his house.
Absolutely, I can believe that.
He's like, "I'm not selling this house, no damn Yankee." No, this damn Yankee is actually a cool one, man. I'm just saying. I came here to be reinforcements to make sure you guys win the second Civil War. We all know how the first one played out. You guys need some more pipe hitters down here. So, we're coming down here with some training, some skills to help you peeps. So, and to tell you that the Horde is at the gate. I don't think my people in Tennessee realize they've had a great forever. I don't think they realize what it's like when the Horde gets there. And the Horde is the insane left that starts teaching kids to hate themselves and starts driving, God out of everything and gets offended at everything and, just absolutely consumes and destroys everything, cannot tolerate anyone not agreeing with them. That is the enemy at the gate, and that is at the border right now.
Well, up north, I could see just little by little, especially Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania borders New Jersey. I'm from Pennsylvania.
Yep.
And you could just see over the years, and not that many years ago, that state had turned and just went sideways.
Yeah.
That's what Governor Wolf in there, and he destroyed that state.
Yep, he sure did.
And that was a place for people to escape to. It is no longer a place to escape to. Here is where we have to escape to.
Yep. And it's our job to ring the bell and let everyone know that, the Horde's coming. I feel like we're refugees fleeing the war zone and coming down here to say, hey, listen, we came here to hold the line with you guys.
That's exactly true.
So here's a little known fact. I don't know if you guys know about Tennessee. And this came from Clay, Tennessee, home of the world famous Moon Pie Museum in Graceland. And I don't know what's more concerning to me, the fact that there's a Moon Pie Museum or that you went to it, Clay.
I was there's not a whole lot that disturbs me. Like, I've seen a lot of crazy stuff, but when he said about the Moon Pie Museum, I didn't know what to say to that.
I can't. I mean, God bless your heart, Clay. I've never known anybody who has had that little to do that they went to the Moon Pie Museum.
No, but thanks, Clay. That
was great.
That was great. We had a good time at your expense. Thank you.
And for those of you who want to go visit Graceland, go armed because it's in the hood in Memphis. It's like in one of the worst neighborhoods around. So just be aware when you're rolling through looking for your Elvis sighting. Put on your bulletproof vest. So here goes Lauren. Clay, I'm not sure you should be bragging about Moon Pie Museum. And then Lauren says, "Oh, you gotta bless your heart, Clay. Ouch." I learned that from my Southern friends. It's like when I first moved down south. Yeah, I know, Clay. I know. But when I first went down south, I was living in Panama City, Florida. My friends were like, "Hey," I was going, I'm like, "Well, everyone's really nice here." And like, "What do you mean they're nice?" I'm like, "Well, a lot of people are telling me bless my heart all the time." And they're like,
I can see that.
He's like, "Ooh." Like, "What do you mean, oof?" He's like, "Jay, they're calling you a dumbass to your face." And I'm like, "What? They were such sweet old ladies. They call me a dumbass to my face?" I'm like, man. So here goes Diana. If anyone needs moon pies and Lay's stack of chips, call Clay.
Oh, man.
Oh, Clay said sour cream or barbecue. Taking orders. There's the Clay being a great sport.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
My face hurts from laughing so hard tonight already. There must be that live studio audience. They're giving us so much energy out there, They're doing the wave right now. Look at that. Watch it. Look it go. And then it's going back to that. Wow, man. It's good stuff. We're going to start playing hype music for him here in a second.
You gave me a broken chair.
What are you talking about? What's going on? You got short again. Oh, wait, here's Kathleen. I only packed 4 cans of those chips. And he asked why I wasn't bringing all the way. Oh, that's so funny.
I never saw so many chips in one place. Not even in the grocery store. I don't know where
I don't know where. I
man.
mean, they must have went to Sam's and bought a pallet full of those things, man. Clay did tell me he loves chips. He said that's like his number one thing. He loves chips.
There was a lot
I
of
now
chips.
see that. I now see that. So, anyways, we went to Douglas Lake for you guys who are not familiar with Tennessee. It is beautiful. It is emerald green. It's huge. It's very expansive. You got the way off in the distance. You can see the mountains. Very cool. But you said it was very different than what's the lake that's right near here? Watauga Lake.
From what I saw, like I saw we did a little kayak trip, so I just saw a little piece of Watauga Lake. It's within the Cherokee Forest, a beautiful, beautiful place. Douglas is it's larger, but I would say one's better than the other.
Right.
And here there's just two. Whoever's considering moving here, if you like boating or you like to be on the water, you have a lot of different places to go.
Yeah, there is.
And there's no shortage of any kind of water stuff to do here.
No.
I mean, nice places. Where I'm from, we have a lot of brackish water. We got ugly lakes.
Oh, it's Jersey. The whole thing's ugly.
It's Jersey. But,
Isn't it like one big dump?
It is. Yeah. It's a landfill. It's one big landfill. Is what it is. Yeah. There's a puddle in the landfill.
I mean, there's a reason why Tony Soprano was there, right?
Yeah. But Watauga is beautiful.
Right.
Douglas is it's a little different, larger, it's just bigger. And I'll tell you what, we had a boat and there was plenty of room. I mean,
we didn't have any close calls.
We had to hug we had to hug a bank or anything like that. I mean, we could be right out in the middle and just like in and out, and we had a tube.
It was less crowded than the lake, Lauren's parents' lake, Great Pond, which is a giant lake. It's not as big as where we just were, but it's a big lake.
This was a giant lake,
and that was more crowded than where we were, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, so anyways, it was just absolutely amazing. If you want outdoor things to do, this is the place to do it. If you want to hike, there are hiking trails for days everywhere. You want a four-wheeling is actually a thing here. They have trails for that. If you want to do water sports, you can do water sports. Whatever you want to do, you can do here. This is not the place to come and sit in your house.
No, not at all.
No, it's way too much.
If you're going to come down here and retire and even sit on your porch, get off the porch, do something, man. There's a, be alive. When you retire, my plan is when I retire, which is going to be very soon.
Yeah.
I don't plan to be inside at all.
Yeah.
Other than go to sleep, I'll be up and out.
So Clay's calling all you guys out right now and said, y'all didn't turn your noses up at those canned margaritas, though, did you?
Absolutely not.
Those things went down really quick from what I saw. Where I was in, I didn't have one.
My wife's going to have to. She used to margarita lady, not me, but I didn't see her having a tough time with them at all.
No, they were going down pretty quick. So as the main reason I wanted to talk about that is, one, I just wanted to give, there's a lot of people who are kind of putting off thinking that the market is going to crash or something. If the market crashed, you're not going to have any money anyways, unless you're one of the few people who, is set up with like gold and silver in there, because the dollar will be worthless. Inflation will go through the roof and no one will be able to afford anything. Right. So, it's one of those things right now where I think people are seeing now that we're trying to gauge, like you got California talking about doing a second lockdown, or, telling people put masks on and all kinds of other stuff again. I'm telling you, the free states here, Florida, Texas, they're going to start getting filled because people are tired of this stuff.
Yep.
They're tired. If another round of this comes out, people are just going to sell, and they're going to flock here, and it's not going to change.
Well, from just talking to people where I live right now, a lot of people have had it, and they're kind of quiet about. They've been quiet about it. They're no longer quiet anymore. And New Jersey, I think New York and New Jersey, I think is number one and number two as far as departing.
Yeah,
and I know why, and it's not a secret.
Well, no, and I don't know how they're going to do their tax base. I mean,
they're not. It's just going to become just a black hole.
Right? I mean, it's going to become Detroit.
Yeah.
It's going to become another Detroit where it just continues to spiral down because they used to get all their money off corporations. The corporations are going to either Georgia or Texas or Florida or Tennessee or Virginia or all these other places. They're fleeing New York because New York's a hellhole.
It's a big black hole.
You know, I mean, who wants to be in a place where the weather sucks for so long? Traffic is terrible. It always has been. And for a 800 square foot apartment, it's like $5,000 a month.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I was there, I ended up crashing over a firefighter's place, and it was like literally a 2-bedroom apartment, and there were 6 of them living in there because it was so expensive in Manhattan.
Well, they were giving apartments away a little while ago, but now, but now it's coming back. But the reason they were giving them away, why? Because there was nobody left there.
Yeah.
Nobody left.
Yeah. Yep. So what's this? Can we start a can margarita museum in Johnson City, Clay? I think we can. And Diana said, I'll be your first visitor. So, so we can't all just talk about the silly stuff. I want to put out some good news, some more good news, or just a reminder to everyone out there. I'm preaching my next sermon. So my third sermon, not this Sunday at Calvary Chapel Tri-Cities, but next Sunday at Calvary Chapel Tri-Cities. So holy smokes, peeps. This is going to be a good one. You know, it's going to be the biggest audience I've had. And, you know, I'm hoping to get some friends in there. So if you're in the area, come on down and visit and hear me talk about the Lord and what's been put on my heart. I think you're going to like it. So so not this Saturday, next Saturday at Calvary Chapel Tri-Cities on I think it's Locust Street, which is like 3 miles from here. So, and then we're probably going to come back to the house and celebrate after. So the 25th, that's correct, Lauren, the 25th. Also I talked to Pastor Paul Smith and about Patriot Crusader Mission, our nonprofit, doing something with them, and they're going to be talking about it with their board. So if you could pray for us that God's will be done, and if we're supposed to partner up with Calvary Chapel Tri-Cities, that it should go through, and if not, then he should blow it out of the water and make it obvious for us. So pray for us, please, on that. I really like Paul and the guys there at Calvary Chapel. They're second to none. They're really good people. So I would love to work with them. The next thing I want to talk about is marriage. I kind of talked a little bit about this on Wednesday, and I want to talk again a little about it tonight, just because of how important it is. And I got John here, who's got a great marriage as well. So, and his lovely wife Claudia is over there. So if he says anything funny, you're going to see his head snap to the side. That's her. Give him a nice little backhand. Oh, strength and honor. Fine, I'll take it. I can use a sip. So let me get this going.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
So the other day, you know, Lauren and I, there was a break in the storm, right? Meaning that, John, do you need a refill? It looks like it's looking. Hold on, we're doing a refill here. All right. So we had a break in the storm, and when I mean breaking the storm, we weren't fighting or anything. Just we're all busy in our lives, and Lauren and I found ourselves sitting there and we're like, wow, like we don't have a single 5-alarm fire to put out at this moment. And we both capitalized on that and just used that as a time to get closer with one another and to kind of do a reset on all things. And it was beautiful. It was amazing. And, you know, and I can't recommend that enough to you, that when you get opportunities, that you seize them. You know what I'm saying, John?
I do.
When the eye of the hurricane, because life's a hurricane, right? When the eye passes over you, don't be too busy or don't be too inflexible not to drop anything and capitalize on that.
Yeah, I've been at this for quite a while, and you certainly have to have things in order, and there comes a time where you just kind of have to put the brakes on a little bit and regroup, and take time for one another.
Yeah, and really serve one another in that time. So Lauren wants to know how many years married, John?
33.
33. Holy smokes. Woo. 33 years. That's amazing. Here's to that. 33 years to you and Chloe.
Wait.
We got to wait.
Because
we're backed up because Chris Scott's in the house. Jay Perry's and Lauren, you look different. He says, hey, hello, Perry's. Wait, Lauren, you look different. Yeah, Lauren's over there today, Chris. This is John Ferres, friend of the program, brother now. And he's like, all my guests are coming to town. You're all welcome to come on the program. John's the next case of that. So Lauren's an extra pretty tonight. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Lauren. Where the heck?
I think she's growing it. She's growing the wheat and the barley right now. I told you to fill it up more before the show.
I know.
Just saying. I knew. Well, let's take a break. Just kidding. So, and there's today. Now we're backed up 3.
Here we go. Thanks, Sonny. Thank you.
There we go. All right. First, Chris Scott.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Now to Danae.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
And we were cheersing something. Oh, you're 33 years of marriage.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Up and strength and honor to Claudia.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Being a good runner.
Strength and honor.
Yes, sir.
33 years. So yeah, taking those moments is gold. They pay us forward so much. Because when things are in the suck, you're going to reflect on those days and they'll be in recent memory instead of a distant memory.
Yeah, there. It hasn't been all smiles along the way,
right?
And I think if anybody can be honest with themselves, they do realize that there are a lot of tough things that come in marriages, and to be a strong couple and just two strong people in faith, you have to just realize that things aren't always easy, and you have to trust one another, and you have to love one another is the key.
That is the key, which brings me to the other point, is the ability to do that, right? The ability to take that calm in the storm only comes from, right, putting the other person, like when your partner is struggling, dropping everything and showing them that you'll fight for them.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
So, when Lauren needs a mental health day or she's struggling, and I don't care what deadlines we have. I don't care what we got. Something's bothering my wife and I'm going all in on it. Right. And, dealing with it in that moment or as soon as she's able to get it behind us. So now we're doing something else. And a lot of times it's not even me, but I'm still there helping her deal with it. Right. And a lot of people want the fun times and they don't want to do that part.
Yeah. Well, after that part, that's when the fun times are more fun.
Exactly. Because that allows you to put things to bed for good.
Yeah.
Right. That whole thing, don't go to bed angry. That's for real, because resentment is what kills marriages.
It is. And I don't think there was a time that we really said, hey man, remember what happened 5 years ago? I don't think that ever came up about bringing up the past on anything.
Well, you made it 33 years, so you're doing something right. And it sounds like you've been addressing things as they come up.
Yeah.
I mean, Claudia doesn't seem like a shy girl to me.
Nope.
I'm sure when you mess up, there's not a lot of waiting for that to be talked about.
Yep.
And that's good.
I'll tell you, I welcome it sometimes because, and even in my daughter as well, because they kind of let you know if you're kind of going sideways or a little bitter, and I do welcome it. And I say, thank you, and let's move on.
I welcome corrective action.
Yeah.
Right. If I'm messing up, let me know I'm messing up.
Yeah.
because I may not even realize. I might be so lost in myself or trying to do something else. I'm not even noticing what I'm doing.
And I'll tell you, the other thing, even where I live, I get so angry at times just due to things that are happening around me. Up where I live in New Jersey, where my wife and my daughter both have to say, you got to stop watching the news. You have to,
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it does. I do lash out. I'm sorry that happens, but I'm going to be honest, and it happens, and I'm heartfully sorry, and they know that.
Yeah. Well, it's, I was talking a little bit to Clay about this, about the national problem is really hard for us to have any effect. It's like throwing a grain of sand, right, in the Atlantic Ocean, right? It's not going to, that ripple ain't going anywhere. No one's going to feel that.
Right.
It makes no difference. Doing stuff locally and making and changing and affecting lives where you're at, right? That is less frustrating because you can have way more impact. We are frustrated now because we feel powerless. We feel like the system has failed us. We feel like we have no recourse. We feel like we have nothing else that we can do. Like we're at our wits' end. It's the end of our country. And again, I think by going and winning locally and investing in people locally and changing lives locally, your quality of life is going to increase. Just by, like, when you come down here and your blood pressure goes down 8,000%. When you watch Fox News, you're going to be like, yeah, I remember those poor people up north. They're dealing with that. Whereas we're not.
When I crossed the border into the state on Friday, and I got to tell you, I just felt completely different.
Yeah.
And my blood pressure it dropped, and I smiled a whole lot more down here.
Yeah. Yeah. So Lauren said you can't bring up the past. It's poison.
It is.
Diana said honesty and communication. Brandy Hip said resentment can be camouflage warfare. I completely agree. Ken Gray said sometimes soulmate, sometimes cellmate. That is a great quote. Great quote. Sometimes soulmate, sometimes cellmate. You got that right. When you are living separate from God and you guys aren't tracking to God, you're in the same cell in hell, right? You're on earth.
But, and I tell you, there comes a time when that cellmate part it is true, and you better realize that real quick, and you better put an end to that.
Yeah, and then that's a Ken Gravesism right there. That should be on a shirt somewhere. And then you've got Clay P. Repent if you are wrong, then apologize, forgive, and move forward. We are called to we are called to forgive. We are called for grace. If you're not forgiving your significant other and they are sincere in asking for it, guess who's not going to get forgiveness when they go to heaven? You. You are not living Jesus Christ. You're a hypocrite and you are not living Jesus Christ. So you need to reevaluate your walk, your faith, your priorities, and stop being so darn selfish. Forgive. It's for you in the end.
And proud.
Yeah.
And if you're proud, I'm an extremely proud person, and sometimes you just got to suck it up and take that verbal beating that you screwed up.
Yeah.
And move on.
Hey, here's the Jordan.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Hope you're doing well, Jordan. So, again, you got to put in the work, right? You got to drop everything when there's a crisis, and when I mean a crisis, doesn't mean they're bleeding out. It could be that they're normal. Like, luckily, right now, in Lauren and my relationship, we've been married 5 years now, Lauren. Yeah, 5 years. Our marriage is so good that when there's any separation in us, we feel it. Like it's a tangible feeling, right? There's warmth in the house, and then all of a sudden there's a vacuum, and and that's just us doing this.
Yeah.
And if one of us doesn't go find the other one and do a course correction, who knows where that ends up? You end up in a mediocre marriage, or you end up in a crisis, right? So sometimes you got to be the bigger person. Sometimes your other person might be battling a personal hell, and you got to go grab them and pull them back and say, I love you. I'm here to fight for you.
Yeah.
And win that over. So I just really want to, say that, because around all this happiness that we've all been having, right? 2 healthy marriages, and being along our friends and having great times. That is a product of deliberate pursuit of a good marriage, deliberate pursuit of good friends, deliberate pursuit of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Man, went down the wrong way.
Yeah, it's not an accident. It isn't. It isn't an accident that it happened.
No.
It is.
You had to get in a car and drive your butt all the way
Yeah.
down here to hang out with me.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's inconvenient, right? But it's worth it, right?
It is absolutely worth it. And just like your marriage, if you truly, truly love your spouse, you will do whatever it is that you need to do to make it a happy marriage.
All right, so here we go. We got some stuff here. So Lauren's got some knowledge she's dropping here, man. She really she's chomping at the mic right now. I think it's important to not just accept the sometimes cellmate part. Yes, it may sometimes feel like that, but don't just throw in the towel like it has to stay that way. Absolutely not. I think you get a kick and claw out of there. You're not a cell, in a life max prison. You're in an Al-Qaeda cell, and they're about ready to lower you into the acid. I mean, it's that bad. And you got to fight for it all the time. So here we go. The next one is, I really bet Bark Eater, which is Ben. I really wish I could get out now with my family. I have until October 2028. Dear Lord Jesus.
Man.
Unfortunately, I'm stuck. I'm a devout Christian and avid outdoorsman. Living in New Jersey is a nightmare for me. Brother, man.
I feel you.
Well, I guarantee you there's a community of dudes just like us. Like John said when he found us online, he's like, man, that guy's just like me. There's way more of us than you know.
There are a whole lot.
We are the normal ones, people. Right? We're the normal ones, right? They are not. All right. There are more of us in the shadows, and they're just so afraid or being called a racist or God no homophobe, blah, blah. But you pick a terrorist. Well, pick the insult that they want. They just don't want to deal with that. And they got their head down and they're just hoping that nobody figures out, oh my God, I don't think like them.
I am so tired of hearing that, especially being up north.
Yeah.
You love your country. You're a white guy. You're a white nationalist. Being a white nationalist, now you're a terrorist. And I said, that is so stupid. And I no longer listen to people that say that. As a matter of fact, like being a racist, I've been called a racist 1,000 times.
Yep.
That is meaningless to me anymore.
And it's a meaningless phrase now. They've taken all meaning out of it, right? So if I prefer, dark hair, am I a blondist?
No.
Right? I must be, right? I prefer women with dark hair, so I'm a blondist. Going straight to hell. I hate women with I just like darker hair. I mean, what?
But you have to look who it's coming from. And
you're a brunettist. Your wife's got blonde hair, and your daughter's got blonde hair. So you're a brunettist.
I am.
You hateful person. You.
I am.
Oh my God. Like
how stupid is
it's so ridiculous, dude. It's every single race and culture has its preferences, right? It's just what you're attracted to. Doesn't make you hate them. It doesn't mean anything. It's just being honest.
And I don't lose my temper. I just don't waste my time even getting into a conversation with those individuals because it is so stupid and it's not worth my time.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, and Ben is saying here, what a blessing having a godly wife. I think I'll tell you what, having been married before and not having a godly wife, and then having there is nothing. You have somebody who will be with you through cancer, through hellfire, through everything. It is just a total, complete level of trust that is unparalleled. Knowing that you have somebody who's got Jesus on their side fighting for you and praying for you, right?
Yes.
Praying with someone to lock shields with, to pray with. I mean, that is something I wish I did more, John. Like, I'm ashamed to say how little Lauren and I, like in the middle of it, just grab hands and pray on something, right? I need to mobilize my tactical, strike force of me and my wife against more things. And I I'm just ashamed to think of how much I don't do that. The other thing that I want to announce that I'm really pumped about is that on Sunday, this is going to be our first all in, worship. Sunday is sacred Sunday that we're ever going to have. It's this first one. We're taking everything from Vodi Bakkum's book and we're rolling it in. So Sunday is going to be a completely unique experience for us. It's going to be, our favorite foods, our favorite things, and it's going to be dedicated to the Lord. And we're going to be singing as a family in our living room, which we kind of did tonight with me, Baby B, to some Zach Williams.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, she's a singer and she's quite a little girl. Man.
Yeah, she's
a great little guy.
She's a sparkle in my eye, man. My wife's my heart, but Baby B is a sparkle in my eye. And she's.
I'm going to tell you one thing. It's been a long time since I've been around babies. My daughter is older, and
you say your daughter's old.
Older.
Old.
Much older. No, but as far as babies and as far as kids, I enjoy being around your daughter. She's a sweet.
How can you not? She's
she's a great little kid.
She's joy incarnate.
Yeah.
Like she just loves so hard, and I just want her to keep
she
that.
Makes me happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
My daughter calls me a sea urchin because people can't. They can't get me to love them for some reason. I don't know how my daughter says that, but that little kid melts my heart. And she's a wonderful little girl.
She is joy incarnate, and I was so proud of her. We thought literally, we were like, all right, we're going to get on that boat and it's going to be 2 hours and B's going to have enough. And we were there almost the whole time.
Oh, she was a swimmer, man.
Yeah. I mean, we all had time. It was so funny how she was loving Chris. Chris had that hat on and the glasses, and I think that was drawing her. And she's like, that one again, we're throwing her in the water. So it was all cool. Yeah, Clay, she is. Oh, thank you guys. So we got some here. Let me see here. I want to catch up on the comments. That means I'm making chicken parm, huh? You are definitely making chicken parm for Sunday. But I want you to like it. That's not your favorite, so we're going to have to figure something out because I want your mouth to water and to look forward for Sunday. I want, when we wake up in the morning, I want like that cinnamon coffee cake, cinnamon bun smell to be there and to wake everyone up and to be like, oh, it's Sunday.
I'm going to tell you something. If I smell chicken parm first thing in the morning, it's going to be a good day.
It is going to be a good day. Chicken parm is my favorite meal of all time. It must be yours as well. So, we got Kathleen saying she's a sweetie. Clay, she's saying a sweetie. Clay, I agree. Lauren Perry, strength and honor to John the sea urchin.
Thank you.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Oh, man. Lauren said that.
Lauren.
They're feeding off each other.
Yeah,
they're like trading. You say this, you do this. They're like doing layups. I'll do this, and they're planning it so they can spike it in our face. Now, Lauren's an assassin. You won't know, right? Like you're gonna before you say goodbye tonight because you guys are leaving tomorrow. Just remember everything Lauren says, and you're gonna hit like the Mason-Dixon line. You're gonna be like, wait a minute. Holy smokes, Lauren cut me and I didn't even realize it. Like cut me mortally, like a knife in the back. That's her.
Silent
assassin. Yeah, she's a silent. I used to think she was like a Russian spy. So Clay, what's a microwave Chattanooga moon pie smell? Oh my God. Oh, that's terrible. That's making me nauseous.
Go to church after that.
Yeah, Clay. I better see you at church on Sunday. What about the banana moon pies? Who even knew that was a thing? Sea urchin spiky on the outside, gooey on the inside.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. And then Lauren's trying, like she said, she's trying to get you to drop your hands right now, John, right? She's like sitting there being nice, dropping your hands so she can slip over the top one. No, I'm kidding. I'm blessed by his comments about P. Yeah, so that's Lauren. Yeah, she is a sweet little girl. So I'd love to hear from you guys tonight. Does anybody here want to call in tonight? Just drop a text in there. Lauren will hook you up. Give me my number. and we can bring you in tonight if you want to talk. I'd love to hear from you guys. I know there's a lot of you trying to move here. I'd love to hear updates on your status, on any questions you got on this. I'd also like some feedback on our first Wednesday biblical life support at 9 p.m. We went live, and it was very successful. But I want you guys to be calling in with your problems, or I want you guys to be calling in with your people that we need to pray for and things like that, because I really want to make Wednesday that hardcore day. And then today is all about celebrating, obviously, right? We don't want to make light or do anything crazy while we're having some beverages. So again, Wednesday I'd like to do all the heavy lifting for needs, and then Fridays all about those who are hitting it out of the park. And so again, the people I want to say strengthen on it to, again, like I said, is my wife, one, for fighting for me and loving me for fighting for her. My brothers here, John, coming down, his wife Claudia, and if Diana doesn't come down here, we're gonna go abduct her.
Yeah, I'm going to ship her down one way or the other.
Yeah, I already told her when I took her up, or I took her for a ride with B. I said, we invited your mom to come stay in our spare bedroom until December when B's here. If you want to get out of there because you don't have a lot going on up there in the Walking Dead land, you're more than welcome to come down here and get started. So,
if there's anywhere for a person that's in their, say, late 20s, early 30s, that really, really wants to have a good, healthy Christian life, this is the place.
It is. It is just to get around some really good, solid people and prioritize things. Like, I used to be so worried about the next upgrade, right? My whole life, like, I was born a, welfare kid, didn't have much. So it's always been clawing out to the next mountaintop. Like, where's the next? And where's the next? And where's the next? All right, I'm in this house. Now I need the house with slightly more acreage and this big and the next mountaintop. And then it's not about that anymore, man. Right now, it's about serving Jesus Christ and, loving my family and raising my family in the Lord. And that's it. Everything that I have to do outside of that, I do not want to do anymore.
Yeah, I completely agree. I feel the same way. And I'll tell you, it's coming down here. It's not a hard thing to do.
No. You just got to sell it, and you're in a market. It'd be different if there were slow markets right now, but there are no slow markets right now.
I mean, if you have an excuse why you can't be a good Christian person, I mean, first of all, you shouldn't have an excuse,
right?
But if you do come down here or go someplace, I don't know, like this, I don't know where that would be, but it should just kind of fall right in your lap and just happen to you.
Matter of fact, in the wise words of Yoda,
do or do not.
Right? Yeah.
There is no try.
So
I made that commitment, and it's a commitment I made to my wife. It's a commitment I made to my daughter. It's a commitment I made to the Lord. I said that I have to go someplace where
I've never been so confident of a place where I could raise my generations, right, and sit there and say, I know that this is going to be one of the if we're all going to fall, this is going to be one of the last ones to fall, and I'm betting on Tennessee.
I'll agree.
And I picture B living up on that hill over there. The hill number 3. I picture just tons of little Jay and Laurens and running around here and doing all kinds of great stuff. And, and if we don't get a boy next time, I'm going to adopt like 6 of them. I'm going to Vody Bachum's got nothing on me. I got the look. What, adopting? Well, that's not, there's no trauma there.
Remember when I told you about reading the look?
Yeah, I know. I know. That was her play for look. Like, are you sure you want to say that? Yup. We need a working party to work this land. We need the free labor. Correct.
No, but seriously, for anybody even considering, I mean, don't consider it. Make a trip. It's For me,
Make a trip and come spend some time here.
It's 8 hours. It took us 8 hours to get down here. Big deal. 8 hours for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I mean, it's to me, it was well worth it.
So, Diana, we were talking when we were driving, and you said something about going back. Do you want to say what you said about going back to Jersey?
I don't want to go back.
For those of you guys who couldn't hear, she said she don't want to go back. And I can't blame her. I mean, if someone said, "Hey Jay, you got to move back to Massachusetts," I'd be like, "You are out of your mind. There is no way I'm going back to that. No freaking way." Unless it was to save someone's life and bring them back with me. That's it. But no way, man.
But here's another thing. I'd just like to say this now. If hopefully, if my daughter should come here first without you're my wife, I know there are people here that I've already made friends with.
Yep.
That would look out for her. That would be my big concern about anybody sending their children. Not away, but having them move ahead of them someplace.
Yeah.
Who's going to watch out for them?
Yeah.
I know I already have that in place.
Without a doubt.
With yourself and Lauren.
I'm hoping that the two I heard there that Diana's an artiste and Lauren is an artiste as well, and they could have their little paint club. Lauren's been up there and has plenty of paintings out there. She's probably turning purple right now. I can't see her behind there, but they could get up there and get their little wine on and just start doing their little painty thing and having a good time. I was like, wow, she's got a painting friend now. This is perfect. I'll walk in and they'll be listening to Christian music, painting up a storm, a little Trump vino. It's all good. When she's not pregnant, people. When she's not pregnant, get your paint on, yeah. Oh, that's
no. But get back. My daughter is the most important thing in the world to me.
Right.
And she knows that. And I would never, ever have her go someplace where I knew she was not in good hands and safe.
Right.
Safe being number one.
Well, she just picked up a lot of uncles and older brothers.
Yeah. Just
saying. Like, good luck to whoever she's going to date here. Like, holy smokes, I'll be running background checks from like day one. What's his name? Get his plate. Got him. So what's this charge you picked up back in 1992? Let's talk about this. Come here. Hey, yeah, see that waterboard table? Strap in.
Yeah, some things that
Clay is saying he'll call.
Clay's going to call? All right, Clay. Hold on. Let me get hooked up here, Clay. You're welcome to come on in. Of course I want you in. And you can talk about your event, Clay. Talk about Pastor Dave, whatever his name is, and your the mountain party you guys are having, the mountain training session. So hold on. Coach Dave, not Pastor Dave. And Rodecaster Pro. As soon as that goes good, we are good. All right, give me a call, homie. And all right, here we go. All right, Clay, can you hear me, brother? Clay, can you hear me? Make sure that you're in the right thing here. Nope, you're still there. Clay. Oh, he just hung up on me. What? Call back, Clay.
he's probably.
There we go. That's my ringtone, people. Hold on, Clay. We're going to put you on Rodecaster Pro. You there?
Call back, Clay.
Call back, Clay. All right, everyone. This is Clay. You guys know him. He was one of my guest hosts a few weeks ago. And he was on the boat with us the other day. He's been a great friend of ours here locally. So what's up, Clay? What you got to say?
Can you hear me?
Got you loud and clear.
Hey, Clay.
All right, man. Well, strength and honor, everybody.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
So what you got to say, Clay?
Well, I just want to tell everybody that if you're thinking about having to move, okay, East Tennessee is a great place to be. That's what we've been talking about. And one thing that I had to do was I needed to get out of the situation I was in the far deep south. And all my family lived down there. I didn't have anybody living in East Tennessee. So if you've got thoughts about moving, I just want to encourage you to, step out of the boat and go ahead and do what you need to do. Find out where you want to be at. And if it's not East Tennessee or somewhere else, just go to where God is leading you to go. And then he's going to put people in your position and in your path that you need to be with.
Yep. Yeah. I'll tell you, man, too often we live our life looking backwards. Like, I knew a long time ago that I couldn't do that. When I left the SEAL teams, if I stayed in the present, it would have ate me alive, and I would eventually still been chasing glory that, that wasn't what I was supposed to be doing, man. 16 years, it was enough for me, and I had to get out of there. And when I got out, I decided not to look back. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I miss the military days. I don't. I got better friends now than I did then. I mean, I still have some great friends in there, don't get me wrong. I did miss the camaraderie, but I've replaced that camaraderie with fellowship, right?
Yeah.
Like, I can't, like, every time I go to a dead church and they use the term fellowship, and it's like, let's use the next 90 seconds to do some fellowship, right? In between when they do, when they're getting ready to, whatever. And it's like, that is not fellowship. That's shaking hands, right? That's greeting. Fellowship is like this. And I explained this to some people the other day, and I'm sorry for people who've heard this before, but it's like your buddy's been shot in the gut and they're bleeding out, and you've been shot in the gut and you're bleeding out, and you're getting all the way, you got your hands inside the cavity of their abdomen, and you are searching for that bleeder to try to save him, right? He's got a hole in him and he's bleeding out, and you're trying to find that, and he's trying to find it too. When you're in fellowship, you are elbows deep in each other trying to block the bleeders that the enemy's done to you, and help in each other's healing. That's the difference between a friendship. That's the difference between camaraderie and fellowship.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad you came here, Clay.
Well, I don't know about you. I think you feel the same way. Being out there on the boat yesterday with these like-minded people that are Christian patriots, we haven't known each other for a long time, but that was better fellowship and camaraderie, and it felt more like a family than anything in my own family has felt in years and years and years. And God puts us through seasons, so I've had some really good friends in the past. I've been on a lot of teams in the past and stuff like that. And it's hard to let go of things that you're used to, but you have to listen to God. And if he's leading you to somewhere else, it doesn't mean that you have to break totally away from those other people, but don't be scared of change. And then you'll find over time that sometimes you have to let people go that was in your past.
Look at Abraham, bro. God has been displacing his people for a very long time, right? Abraham had no idea where he was going. Just go, and the same thing with Moses being led around in the wilderness to the promised land, right? It's never been, hey, just stay where you're at. You're good to go. Right.
Well, yep. And another thing is like what you're putting together here and what I'm trying to do here in East Tennessee. If people come to East Tennessee and this is where God's leading you to come, we're going to try to have fellowship here. You're not going to be out here by yourself. And if you come and you contact us and you let us know you're coming to the area, we'll let you know what we're doing and invite you to come be a part of it.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's what we've been doing since minute one, day one here. I mean, we got here, instantly threw a party, got the cross, rallied people to it. And now, we've got a booming, growing, I wouldn't say booming. It's a growing community, a rapidly growing community. And, I think it's only going to multiply faster and faster because let's face it, this fellowship stuff is the best thing going on earth.
Absolutely. And like you said, Clay, I've been on a lot of teams. I've been a member of a lot of different groups. We talked about even trainers being trainers. I mean, you come across some characters, man, and
Yeah.
some knuckleheads that you really don't want to be. You don't want them anywhere around you anymore.
Yeah.
Here, there's no preconceived notions. You're not trying to prove anything to anybody.
Nope.
You're just your natural self.
Yeah, everyone's humble.
Yeah, everybody is humble. Yeah.
You know, because when you're coming to it, I mean, when your Lord and Savior is Jesus Christ, we all know we're all sinners. There's nothing to be proud about.
Yeah.
Right. We all have different gifts. We all know that God made us all for one purpose, you know, that he's going to use us for, made us for a purpose that he's going to use us for. And we all just got to figure out how we fit into his glory. Right. And, you know, I can't wait for you to get down here and get rolled up in this ministry and for us to go changing lives and start making boys men.
And I'll tell you that's something that I've kind of foreseen myself doing for quite a while. I never really knew where to kind of put my energy to do that, especially where I live now. I would be banging my head against the wall.
Yeah.
You know? But one thing I want to say, getting like the day that we brought that cross up there.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know anybody.
No.
That was probably one of the best days of my life.
Yeah, without a doubt.
You know? Yeah. I mean, the guys that I met, the people that I met, their wives, kids, those guys. I mean, I don't know. It's just like it was just a wonderful, wonderful day. You know, I felt good, and it was saying that I felt good. It was just a good feel, like just a good, solid, heartful feeling.
Yeah, man. It was like you belong here.
Yeah.
You know, it was like you had a bunch of dudes that would be there to fight for you, and you knew it.
Yeah,
like
you knew it.
You knew it.
I mean, I can't say that about a lot of people that I've known for a long time.
Here's like this. I know there's a lot of guys in the SEAL teams that would take a bullet for me, right? Taking a bullet for someone is not that hard of a thing to do, right? It sounds like that. Trusting them to like watch your wife for a month while you're doing whatever, or 6 months, that's a whole new level of trust, right? And that's the level of trust you have with those guys, you know, where you're just like, hey, you know, if something happened to me, or the FBI rolled up and like said, you're a bad guy, you're coming with us, you know, and you guys don't see me for 3 months. You know,
who's going to watch
my family?
Yeah, I will.
And exactly. Yeah. I know that you would, and I know those guys would, and I would have no problems. Not one doubt. Not, you know, what time do they leave and all this other stuff. Cause I know those guys I can trust them because they're accountable to God.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. And when you have a fear of God and you don't fear anything else, there's nothing you can't do.
And what I ask for now, like there's probably 3 guys in the world, like 3 friends of mine that I would trust with that. I mean, up where I live now. And that's what I ask, and that's what I would offer to them as well. I mean, I would watch out for their families like they were my own. Well, I think coming down here, I would do the same, but I mean, so much more at a higher level, like just in God, you know?
Yeah. And here's the thing that I'm most pumped about is we're just starting.
Yeah.
Like I believe
I'm really looking forward to this.
Like, I think this is like a muscle. We just discovered this fellowship muscle, right? And now we're just going to start training it, and it's just going to start growing. We're going to figure out which way it grows and how it grows and how we can use it. And I think it's just going to be amazing. You know, I'm
with you, brother.
You know, go ahead.
I think it's just going to get stronger and stronger. And if God is working in this, He's putting people together that need to be together. The system's going on, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's why, you know, I mean, we were having a conversation on the boat, and, you know, the time right now, we're in a very dire, dividing, misleading, like Cold War within our country right now, right? Between, I mean, it's almost, it was sporadically hot in some places, low intensity with the Antifa and, you know, random violence, things like that. But we all need to figure out who we can trust real soon. and get around them and start building on that and start growing that number. Because if hard times come here, God forbid, really hard times come in this country, people who have other people to lean on are the only ones going to make it, because no one can make it alone. Right. And getting around those guys now, building the trust now while times are good is very, very, very important, because when times are bad, everyone's going to act like a good dude. Right. And it'll be really interesting to see. So let's see here. Steve said, I never fully understood fellowship until I came to have fellowship with you all. That's true. That truly meant a lot to me. Same here, Steve. It's like, I have no doubt that if I had no one else in the world, I mean, you drove 11 hours to paint the cross. If I said, I'm stuck in, let's say I did an EP trip and I'm stuck somewhere and I'm like, I got no one else, Steve. Lauren, is going to labor, could be going to labor. Can you go and be with her? I knew you would in a second. I know you would. Like, I don't even have a doubt in my mind that you would do that. So, and that's amazing for somebody who you've only known for a few hours.
Yeah. And that took me by surprise. I'll tell you what, I consider myself a pretty good judge of character, and it served me well throughout my life. And very rarely have I been wrong.
Yeah.
Here, like Steve, for instance, I've got to know Steve, a couple times that we.
Well, met. I mean, you guys are the same guy in different bodies.
Steve's a solid guy.
So you're praising Steve. You're really praising you. You know that he's got great taste in shoes and clothing. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
No, but again, like the guys that I've met here, just from coming to here,
Clay.
Clay. I did not know these guys. And then I got the few times we've been together, and it's just like God meant to put us together.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Clay, you got anything else you want to say? I know you got an event coming up. Why don't you plug that?
Well, yeah, we can do that. One thing I wanted to say was, I'm very, very, very extremely particular on who I am friends with. And I've pretty much been a loner for many, many, many years. And Kathleen will attest to that. And here recently, in the past year and a half, I've made more friends than I have in 25 years. And then in just since you moved here to the area, Jason, through you, I've met even more friends in the past month, or month and a half, 2 months or so, than I have in 7 years.
Yep.
Same
so
here.
It's a blessing, and I thank y'all for the friendship.
Oh well, brother, it's more than friendship; it's fellowship, right? And we appreciate you, and we love you. And if there's anything else you guys say, go for it, man. Plug your event or speak some wisdom.
Well, I'll mention it. I put it in the chat if anybody's got access to the chat. But all we're doing is we're having it's called the Kindred of the Kingdom Conference. It's going to take place in Roan Mountain, Tennessee, August 20th, 21st, and 22nd. And all it is it's a mountain retreat, and we're staying in chalets, and it's going to be, I'm not going to go into great detail. It's just going to be a weekend of fellowship for people like us to get together and have a great weekend. And if you want to check it out, go to CoachDaveLive.com. And then go to the events page. I see him with the tomahawk there.
You know what that's for?
You can come and throw the tomahawks if you want to at the conference.
He gave me your chair, man. He gave me your second chair.
Yeah, you look like you kind of look like Yogi and Boo Boo sitting there together.
Wait a minute. Who's Boo Boo?
I think it's the shorter one.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
I'm gonna bring my own chair next time.
All right. Hey, love you too, brother. Thank you so much.
Care,
so, Steve, you want to call in, brother? Come on, call in. Call in, Steve. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Yeah, the rainbow was awesome, man. We went up there. I took Claudia up to the top. It's the first time seeing up there. And she was blown away by the view. And of course, God gave us this beautiful, thick, awesome rainbow across the center of the sky, right behind the cross. It was amazing. Chris Scott, where you been? He's packing to move back to California. Crazy, man. But I understand. Calvary Chapel, Godspeak is a good place. But how do you call in? Call my phone, dude. Just call my phone. Don't just call good old Jay. You got it. J4. Yeah. You got it, brother. Now, if you guys start talking fashion, I'm gonna have to hang up on him.
Yo, I was assassinated. Look at that comment.
I told you, man. She let you guard down. No, whatever. Then boom, in front of the world, man. Yeah, exactly. What was your Russian name that I had for you, Lauren? Natasha.
Yeah.
The
I can see
Natasha,
that,
the
yeah.
spy. Yeah. Hold on, Steve. All right, I got you. Steve, you there?
I am here.
Hey,
What's
Steve.
up, brother? Let me tell
God,
you
I miss
something.
you guys.
We miss you too, brother. You are not gonna believe the cross looks like a diamond up there, bro. It's just I don't know how it's getting brighter every day, but it is. It's amazing.
It looks great.
That's awesome. I'd like to see some pictures when you get a chance. And it's so great to see you guys together on the big screen.
Yeah. We wish you were here, man. I know you'd be a great guest host. Next time we'll have to get you on. I'd like to have a reunion with everybody from the cross
that'd
around
be great.
here, and we could do a great show on that. So, Steve, you were a part of like building the cross. You've been all in on this, and you're one of the guys who drove one of the furthest distances to get here. What was it like for you under that? I mean, you truly knew no one here, but us from the show. So why don't you take us through that experience?
What was it was really a calling. I felt that after watching the show, and I knew you were going to do that, I needed to be a part of it. I knew that would be something that I'll never have the opportunity to do again. And just thinking about it, the night before I drove up, I couldn't sleep. I was so excited.
Awesome.
I was so excited to meet new people, try something so out of my box. But I had a calling. I needed to do it.
Yep. And when you got here, go for it.
Yeah, when I came in and I saw everybody, it was like I knew them. I've known them for a long time. And when we started working on the cross, it was Mike, Joel, and Chris, and we're all kind of trying to figure out how are we going to do this to make it look dimensionally correct.
All right, I gotta correct you there because it was you, Joel, and Mike working. Chris was just watching. I know exactly how that went, but go ahead.
I knew that was good.
That's good. That's good.
He was encouraging. We'll put it that way. He was encouraging.
He was encouraging.
Go ahead.
Mike was the maestro of the whole operation in getting the cross to look correct. But we all worked hard on it together, and we started mapping it out. And then John drove into the driveway, and I see the license plates from Jersey. I mean, I can see them a mile away. And I'm like, wow, somebody else came from my hometown. So when he came up, we started talking. Instantly, there was this bond.
All right. When you saw him, how long did it take for you to see his boat shoes and salmon colored shorts and teal shirt?
I knew he had style. Yeah. I knew he had style from the moment I saw him.
Hey, Steve, it took you and I to throw a little class into the show, and you're welcome, Jason.
How did those boat shoes
No.
work going up that
That
hill?
was
I'm
not
just
a boat
curious.
shoe day, pal. Yeah, you know that?
Oh man. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. So, I mean, you've got friends, I'm sure. How did it stack up there after, what one? Let's talk about going up the cross. I mean, it took us 47 minutes from up cross to putting it in the hole. And I don't know where you were along the cross. Where do you remember where you were in as far as the front or the back?
I was two different places because I learned really fast that I was one of the shorter guys on the team. So I was originally in the back. That wasn't working. I moved up towards the front. That worked better.
Okay. So when you were there, and do you remember that one time when almost the whole right side of the cross fell away and we all slid down the side of the mountain?
I do.
And the cross didn't hit the ground. The guys held strong and just kept, powering on. I mean, it was just such a powerful moment. And, and we had some old broken people on that cross, meaning guys who were,
all ages.
Yeah, all ages, but they wanted to be on that, right? They had to be on that. So having 22 guys on that, going up that hill with all that mud, everyone was caked. So whether you were barely under the cross or everyone was pulling 10 pounds of mud on their shoes going up that thing. And I just feel like when we got that sucker to the top of the hill and we put it right in and we put it in the hole and got it going.
Everybody worked so hard to get it up there.
Yeah.
And you don't realize how heavy. When you look at it, it doesn't look heavy. But when you pick that up, that was so heavy.
Yeah.
And everybody's working together. And the one thing I have to say, you really set the pace, though. You had everybody, working in time, working together, and we had a rhythm. Yeah. And that's what really made a huge difference. And when we put that cross down and put it in its place, the look on everybody's face.
That's what I was going to say.
It was like we completed the impossible.
Yeah. It was eyes grinning, everyone's covered in mud because everyone spent some time on the ground, slipping and sliding and falling and everything else.
Yeah.
It was just a great day. And everyone,
high fives.
and a lot of high fives. And then we prayed it out. And it was just, I knew that was going to be transformative to everyone involved. And I just feel bad for everybody who cheated themselves of that, and I knew there's a lot of guys who were too busy and they're going to regret that.
I agree with John. It was the best thing I have done in my life when, for God, 100%.
Yeah.
But
it's something I'll never forget.
Steve was, I think, who was next to me because it was the guy across the field. It was.
So it went this way. It was Dave, Warren, me, and then
you were behind me.
No,
it was like the front five, really.
Right.
But when he said about slipping away, as soon as somebody slipped away, you could see they were. I mean, just instead of just falling back and letting it ride, man, this guy, we scraped up the hill.
Yeah, you were trying. You know what I mean? You got a hole to fill. You had to get up and get back in there.
You got back on it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like you slipped off. Said, "Oh well, somebody will pick it up." No. It was you slipped away. You came back.
Yeah.
Quickly. Definitely.
Yeah, it was a great time, man, and nobody was losing their cool.
No,
No.
Because I mean, I didn't want anyone to die of a heart attack, right? I didn't want us to get up there and be like, holy smokes, some of these old timers went down, and are not getting back up. So, I tried to run a decent pace. I tried to do it in a way that no one would get broke. Like we didn't have any injuries, which was amazing. But I wanted to make it hard. I wanted to make it really hard, right? And so that it was special, because if it was easy, it wouldn't have been special. And God helped with 2 days of rain beforehand. Yeah, no social distancing. That's right, Clay. There was, if there was any space, get up there.
Get up. You better fill that hole in.
Yeah,
okay?
fill that hole.
I love the fact, Jason, you were encouraging it to rain harder.
Yeah. Well, I just figured, you know what? It's already rained this one. I said, God,
Hey,
I literally said, God can't make it rain hard enough.
I don't think he could because that was going up one way or the other.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just awesome. And the fact that it made it on TV was even cooler. And, you know, I've had neighbors stop by and say, you know, we're lucky to have you. Thank you. They're lucky to have me. And all I'm thinking is how lucky I am to be here with them. You know,
That's wonderful.
so that's amazing. Anything else you want to say, brother?
Just that I love you guys, and thanks for all the fellowship, all the laughs. And I will definitely, next time I see you, will have a new set of boat shoes on.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I will not have a set of boat shoes on. Just
yes,
gonna put
you
that. No.
John, we got to get him a pair of boat shoes.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, brother. Thanks for calling in. Means
You be
everything.
safe.
See you, Steve.
All right.
Take care, guys.
We're going to wrap it up, and I'm going to bring Lauren in here to pray us out. Lauren, come on in here and give us some.
Really?
Yeah. Come on. Take us home, Lauren.
Oh, that is crazy.
No Santa PJs.
Want me to-
Hi. This mic?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are we holding hands, John? Okay. All right. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we are humbled by this evening of fellowship, and I am grateful for my stand-in co-host, John. He did a wonderful job, so thank you for blessing us with his presence here tonight, and I'm sure the audience is grateful for him as well. And Lord, we are blown away by the fellowship that is unfolding before us, and each day we get a new taste of it, and we are so excited for the days and weeks and years to come for that to all grow. And we hope that everyone here gets to experience what we're experiencing now, and we hope to experience it with them. And Lord, just as we move forward, please bless this week with health and happiness, and help all families grow a little closer towards you this weekend as we worship you on Sunday. And please just be with the Faraces as they drive home to New Jersey tomorrow. Give them safe and easy travels so they can get home and then they can get back to us. So in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, everyone. Good night, and thank you. We love you, and have an amazing weekend, and make sure you spend some time with the Lord on Sunday. All right. So without further ado, cue outro.